This video is going to talk to you about what we call the average percentage yield, or the APY. That's what APY is. When you do simple interest, you're only compounding at the end of every year, basically. And when you talk about compound interest, you're compounding on money that you've actually reinvested. So when we look at a particular interest rate, if we compare the compound rate to the simple interest rate, the compound rate will technically be a little bit higher than whatever your simple interest rate is. So what we can find now is what's called the APY. And that'll give you when the actual simple interest rate is equal to the compound rate. And so to find APY, here's what we have right here. It's equal to 1 plus, for a compounding, it's equal to 1 plus r over n raised to the n minus 1. And for continuous, is equal to e to the r minus 1. And this formula basically drops the p and the t here, because it's assuming that p is 1 and t is 1. So you're looking at it over a year. So those parts aren't needed. That's why you don't need this here. So when we look at this then, to actually calculate it, we're going to look at what is the annual nominal rate. And if we're talking about this annual nominal rate, compounded quarterly for a bond that has an APY, an average percentage yield of 5.8%. So to calculate this, we want to use APY. And we're going to use the compound formula here, which is 1 plus r over n raised to the n minus 1. So when I do this, then I'm compounding quarterly. So this is my n equals 4. And I have an APY, or I have a rate. The r is 5.8 here. So that's equal to 0.058. So in the end, what should end up happening is my actual interest rate, my nominal rate, should be a little bit bigger than that number right there. So we calculate this. Let's go and plug in for APY. So your APY is equal to 1 plus my R, which is 0.058, divided by my N, which is 4. I'm going to raise that to the 4th power, and I'm going to subtract off 1 in the end. So when I do this, when we work the inside of this part right here, we get the APY is equal to 1.0145. I'm going to raise this to the 4th power, and we're still going to subtract off 1. When I raise it to the 4th power, I get the APY is equal to 1.059273739. Subtract off 1. So when I do this then, when I subtract off that 1, I get the APY equal to 0.059273737. So we want to round this to about 3 decimals. We get my APY. The annual percentage yield is equal to 0.059, or a 5.9% interest rate, which notice that is slightly larger than your actual rate that you're supposed to get here. And that's because, again, you're taking into effect that you're compounding. So when you compound, you actually get more money. And so to actually get the annual rate should be a little bit bigger than what this nominal rate, what the actual rate is right here.